Welcome to the Candid Conversation Show. My name is Muriel, and on this show, we discuss topics that are taboo and unspoken in our community. Tonight, we have the pleasure of speaking with one of our all-time favorites, Mr. Mark McEwen.
Mark, we want to thank you so much for joining us here today. We are just so honored to have you. You just don't know.
I'm busy trying to find $1 bill. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure.
Awesome. You know, we know a little bit about you from what we've seen on TV, but we want to go a little deeper. We want to know a little bit more about you. So can you tell us where you're from, a little bit about your upbringing?
Well, I was born in Texas, San Antonio. My mom was a mother, then a bank teller, and then a VP of a bank.
Okay.
And my father was a colonel in the Air Force. And then he worked for Library of Congress.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay.
My dad in the Air Force, we always say, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And my mom said, you know, they're kids.
Right.
They shouldn't be calling you yes, sir.
Right.
He said, okay. So he got us all together, and he said, your mom and I have been talking, and when I call you, we prefer you to say, yes, Dad,
Okay.
yes, or whatever, but you don't have to say yes, sir. Okay? Yes, sir.
We grew up the same way. We had to say yes, Mom or Dad. You know, we had to say that, or we would have problems. They figured if you can tell your teacher, yes, Miss Brown, you can say yes, Mom. Or Dad.
Right. Okay, I have Brother Billy, Kirk, Sean, and sisters Leslie and Karen.
Okay.
And there were 6 of us.
Big family.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I lived in Berlin, where black people were kind of like movie stars.
Berlin?
Yeah, Germany.
Yes.
Moved there to Montgomery, Alabama in 1965, and black people weren't movie stars.
Yes.
Like, where am I?
So then to Maryland. Maryland is where my family lives. I was in rock and roll radio, Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, New York,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
CBS for 16 years. So if you ask me, I say, I'm from New York.
Okay.
Well, we have watched you, we have loved you for over 16 years on CBS. You've interviewed presidents, celebrities, you've been,
Blushing.
Oscars, film festivals, you've just been all over the place. What got you there? What got you there?
You know, if I knew, when they came to me, radio DJs, if you ask them, everyone has been fired from a job. I never had. I got fired twice in New York. And the second time I was in the Daily News, the paper, and they had a picture, a guy putting together a show on CBS called The Morning Program, turned to his wife and said, I think I found my weatherman.
There you go.
So they called me up, and I thought, CBS. I thought WCBS FM, that's an oldies radio station.
Right.
I didn't have a job, but I didn't want to play oldies.
Right.
I called him. So we're talking. He's very nice, and he says, and since we're going up against GMA in the Today Show, I say, wait a second. Is this TV? He says, yeah. Interested? Yeah.
And that's all she wrote.
I had one audition, pass it, and there I was telling you it's 75 in Omaha.
And you were a natural, too.
Yes.
You know what helped was radio, you were interviewing people all the time, listeners. If you were playing St. Louis in the World Series, you'd call the New York Deli in St. Louis and all that. So when I got to TV, I'd interviewed people before, but they're more news guys want senators, presidents, prime ministers. I'm like, is that B.B. King? So I would go, I'll be right back. And see, now it's different. They're nicer to them. Back then, they were like, you're next, and then we'll get back to what we were doing. And so I was like talking to stars. It was great.
It was wonderful.
You just were natural. You just had a conversation with them. You were just a conversation.
You know, what I used to live for is for someone, when you're interviewing them, to say, no one's ever asked me that before. And I would go, "Hee." That's what you live for.
Yeah.
That's right.
Things like that.
I would love to see your photo album. You have plenty of pictures, don't you?
Well, you know.
Look at them.
Here's the thing. Before iPhones, you had to have a camera.
Okay.
So most of my pictures, all of them, are cameras.
Okay.
But if I had a cell phone back then, it would be bigger.
That's right. I believe it.
Mark, we're going to dig a little deeper. We got to dig a little deeper. We all go through trials and tribulations. In 2005, you had a life-changing event, and we definitely want to hear all about that.
I had a massive stroke in 2005
Oh, boy.
on a plane.
On a plane.
Before I had a stroke, what I knew about them was zippity-doo-dah, nothing.
Yes.
And since now I could fill up a room with what I know. But I'm on the plane. Yeah, well, thank you. I'm on the plane, and it's just getting weirder and weirder. And I'm thinking, this is going to go away.
Right.
Like a cold,
Right.
like sneezing, whatever, it goes away. It doesn't. So I left. I didn't feel so good in Maryland, so I had a wheelchair waiting for me here in Orlando.
Okay.
And the sky cap put me in the wheelchair and wheeled me through, and I couldn't even move, couldn't speak. He left me curbside by myself.
Oh,
my gosh.
I was dying.
Oh.
And I kept trying to get my wife on the cell phone. Finally, I got her, and I said, help me, not good. And so she about lost her mind.
Of course.
And there was a guy who came out of the baggage claim to smoke a cigarette. Heavy, smoking a cigarette. Both are not that good.
No.
And he said, do you want me to take that phone? And I don't remember. No, I must have. And my wife said, dial 911. He did. Went back in the baggage claim. And that's why I believe in angels.
Yes.
That guy saved my life.
Yes.
I wouldn't know him if he walked in here right now.
Right.
I don't know his name, don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And off I went to the hospital, and my journey began. Yeah.
So the ambulance picked you up and your wife met you then at the hospital. What was her reaction just seeing you there? Like, what is going on with my husband?
You know, when you get married,
There we go.
you say the vow
Yes.
for better and for worse.
That's right.
For better is pretty easy.
Yes.
For worse is a bit tricky.
Yes.
And so, you know, if there was this worry and all that, you never saw it. She would,
calm.
quiet in the hall, come in, hi.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, but she brought me back to life. I'm right-handed. This hand doesn't work so well. I do everything left-handed.
You learned all over again.
The walk and talk and all that. I like to read. I couldn't read because it was too tough.
Yes.
And so, but yeah, you come out. If I had known how bad things were, I might have been different. I was like,
Of course.
let's go,
Right,
let's go.
right.
So off I went to do. I went to rehab 3 hours a day, 5 days a week.
You made it.
Yeah.
You really made it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know, what were you feeling when you were on the airplane? What symptoms did you have?
Fuzzy?
Dizzy, fuzzy. You just couldn't move.
Yeah.
It was like you were frozen.
You're like, what is this?
Yeah, and you're thinking, is anyone else noticing this? And you're so busy trying to make sense of
course.
what's going on. And but having said that, I wouldn't wish stroke.
Enemy.
Oh, man.
Because you had to start all over again. Thank God for the love of your family, your
Yes.
wife, to help you make it. But I definitely know it had to be a struggle.
Well, at first, I was taking naps all day. I was beat
Tired.
And then you get stronger. And then you wake up at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling
Yes.
and thinking, I can't go out like this. I can't.
Right.
So I have kids.
Yeah.
You never want them to say, I never knew my father.
Aw.
He died when I was young.
Young.
Don't want to do that. So that was the carrot that kept me kind of
Going.
going. And so, plus, you know, I got nothing but time.
Nothing but time. So how did the kids react? Dad can't do this, Dad can't do
They
that.
were little.
Okay.
They're now 16.
Okay.
They were little
Okay.
then. But I remember this hand, the reflexes aren't that good. When I first came home from the hospital, one of my twins reached out for a hug.
Okay.
I reached out and hit him right in the head. He went, hey!
Daddy hit me.
So, yeah.
Dad
But
hit me.
I'll tell you, one of the great things, one of my twins must have been maybe 10 or 11. Dad, you're on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
They were seeing your story on
How
there.
cool is that? Oh, yeah, Dad used to be in TV.
Right.
You've spoken to so many, like you say, you can fill a room with the different, you know, what you've been through, especially with this stroke. You have filled the room. American Heart Association. I mean, all these different associations.
Thank you.
You have filled a room. What do people say? What do you say to people?
Well, thank you again. You know, do I take medication for hypertension? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I take medication to thin my blood? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here to bring all that out of the shadow.
Yes.
Because people need to take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
At the Black News Channel, one woman, the wife of the guy who's a big VP of communications, said, Black men would rather die than go to the hospital.
Isn't that something?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Isn't that
Y'all are
something?
so stubborn.
What is that?
Before you had your stroke, when was the last time you went to the
Well,
doctor?
I used to go for checkups and all that.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
You did.
See, I was taught you should go.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you can't be afraid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember when I was young, what's worse? Being rich as you can be and can't get out of your bed. Or being broke, but you could dance a jig down
All night.
the trail.
Yes.
You want to have your health.
Absolutely.
It's very important.
And people have it backwards. There are guys who were skinny when they were young. Oh, you're skinny. Now they're like,
Right. Yeah.
and we're busy fighting off this. And,
We do that too.
Yeah, but you're pretty. But you have to bring that whole conversation out of the shadow.
That's right.
And talk to them. And if that's what it takes,
Yes.
then okay. See, I have an autistic brother.
Okay.
I was born in 1963.
Okay.
Back then, autism, I thought they said he was artistic. I thought
Artistic.
he'll be a painter.
Right.
I
Right.
never heard of autism
Yeah.
before. Now you hear it. Back then, it was in a dark, closed room.
Right.
Same thing with strokes and all that. You need someone to say, don't do that.
Yes.
Do this. Try this. I say exercise.
That's right.
Walking.
Absolutely.
I checked. Walking was free.
Yep.
That's right.
So, and you don't have to walk from here to Montgomery, Alabama. No, just around the block or
Yeah.
down to the end
your
of the
heart
road.
rate up.
Yeah,
Do it every day.
yeah. And before you know it, you're like, it's nice out here.
Feel good.
Hello, Don.
That's right.
So, yeah,
That's
it's
good.
It's good. It's good.
You know, our family suffers from hypertension, high blood pressure, and we try to eat well, exercise. You know, it's very, very important. But a lot of people will say, well, you don't look like you have high blood pressure or hypertension. I'm like, but what does that look like?
Right.
What does that look like?
What
You know?
does that look like?
Yeah, do you have to be a certain size to have that? No, you don't.
Doesn't matter.
You don't. So you have to take care of yourself. It's very, very important.
You know, my brother said the other day, when you're on your deathbed, you don't say, I should have spent more time at work.
No.
Don't say that. But, you know, when I was a kid, they didn't jog.
No.
Men didn't exercise.
Right.
Now,
Everyone.
go to the Y.
Exactly.
And you'll see women
Yes.
who've been exercising for 40 years.
Exactly.
That's right.
And they're,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, exercise is good for you. It also allows you to eat the things you're not supposed to be eating.
There you go. Like
those
that chocolate
donuts.
candy bar.
Right, or chocolate chip cookies. I've heard.
You heard?
We were just talking about men not wanting to go to the doctor and them being a little stubborn. I mean, it goes for everyone, but specifically for men, what would you tell them as far as advice regarding?
It's not a sign of weakness.
Yes.
It doesn't make you a bigger, stronger man.
Right.
If you ignore signs that you could be helping, could stop the warnings. I would say that. I would say take care of yourself and do it, if not for you, do it for your kids.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Do it for your wife.
Yes.
That's right.
Your mom, your dad, your sister. Do it for them.
Yes.
That's right.
Wonderful.
We've had a lot of, I'm just going to switch it up a little bit. We've had a lot of negative, really bad things happen this year, 2020.
It's barely.
I know, we're almost halfway there. And my gosh, COVID-19.
Right.
Then the latest with, George Floyd. We've had a lot of bad, but guess what? There has also been a lot of good.
Yes.
And one of the good is your show.
Well, thank you.
Your show, All Things Men, on the Black News Channel.
Well, thank you.
Did you say all things men? What about the women?
Well, they have women's shows.
Okay.
So I said, when they came to me, they wanted me to do men's health.
Okay.
Drop-ins because of my stroke. I said, one thing you don't do is say no.
That's right.
You don't say no.
That's right.
I said, okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Junk. So when we met again, I said, how about just health? I can get you whoopee. He said, no, men's health. Okay. So when I signed the contract, it said, we're changing it a bit to All Things Men.
There you go.
Do me a favor. When you sign it, give me 12 ideas for shows that you have. And I gave him, he liked every
one of them.
Every one. So that's why it's called
All Things Men.
Okay.
And,
nice.
But yeah, things like I never had an African American male teacher growing up. Never.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have one on the show. When I was a kid, black people, white people could do anything. Black people could do about 3 things. And I thought, that's not fair.
No, it's not.
I remember Good Times, J.J. Walker.
That's right. Dynamite.
Thinking, good show, but I don't live in the project.
Right.
In fact, I don't know anyone who does.
Right.
But they all thought we all lived in
the project.
Yes.
And so now what I tell my daughter, what's usually scandal? A black woman having an affair with a married white man who just happens to be the president of the United States.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Drum roll.
Any of that.
No, not at all.
You see things like that
Now.
Now, yeah.
Thank God. Yeah. I've always had a dream, always, still to this day, but it's going to take me some time because I'm a little shy, to talk at TED Talk. And you had that experience. I want to know what that was like.
Stories. I got stories.
You have stories.
I launched Eliquis, the blood thinner for Pfizer. This was a year-long process. The FDA wanted more information, and so meantime, a friend of mine said, would you do a TED Talk? I said, okay, sure.
Why not?
I've kind of heard of them.
Right.
But at the end of 2013, Pfizer got approval. The last Friday of the year. In 2 weeks, we're in Chicago launching Eliquis. I was supposed to do the TED Talk in 2 weeks. I had to tell them no.
Yeah.
I said no. I thought, what did I have to do?
Right.
So they asked again.
Okay.
Yes. So I went to New York. there were people backstage all day walking in circles, muttering to themselves, trying to remember what they were going to say. We were on Broadway. The theater was packed. Behind where they sat was a digital clock.
Okay.
And the guy said, "You got 10 minutes. If it goes longer, I'm going to
cut
pull
it.
you off stage."
10 minutes.
Mine went 11. But I was like, but you know, I couldn't tell you anyone who was there that day.
Yes.
You just did it.
You're busy trying to remember
Exactly.
what you're going to say.
Yes.
And, but yeah, it was big time fun. The best part about doing something like this is when it's over.
Yes. You're like,
Yeah.
take a deep breath because it's over.
Time for a cocktail.
Exactly. Me too.
You just have so much going on. We admire you for everything that you do and continue to do.
Absolutely.
You've got this blog called Mark McEwen's World. Share some of that with us.
For one thing, I'll be very honest. I'm very proud of the fact that people like how I write.
Yes.
You know, you sit around, I always wrote, but I didn't think a blog is a page, maybe two. So you can get an idea on there.
Right.
But when you write something like that, it's like painting a picture. You take your time.
Okay.
Saying things like, the sky is blue, the clouds are fat and fluffy, the breeze is coming out of the southwest.
You make us see it.
Yeah. So you make them see
Right.
what's going on.
Right.
Writing is like that.
Yes.
I'll be walking the dog. You always think when you're done, you'll never have another idea.
But it keeps coming.
And
There it is.
Run home and sit down and do that. It's fun.
I like it.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think you do it every couple of weeks, is it?
Well,
You put
you
something,
know,
or every week?
when I began, I would do 7 or 8 in a month.
Okay.
And after a while, I ran out of things.
Exactly.
So that's why what you're seeing at the end,
Okay.
there you see 1, maybe 2 a month.
Uh-huh.
Used to be a ton.
Yeah, I
A
like it
ton.
now. I enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mark, my family and I, we love when we're not working to take time out for ourselves and just have a blast, go out to eat, just enjoy ourselves. You're so busy. What do you do for fun?
Kids probably keep you real busy.
They do. Fun.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I like to read.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like fun.
How's the reading going for you now?
It's going great.
Very
Okay.
I
good.
read all day.
Okay, good.
I read because I like knowing things.
Right.
And so I read 4 papers a day.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'll read Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair,
Okay.
Entertainment Weekly. But I read the Post, Washington Post,
Okay.
New York Times, LA Times, New Orleans.
You're a reader.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
How
like
you learn.
seeing what's going on.
Yeah. Very good.
You never know when you'll get a nugget, or when you're talking to a person, you can say, "I heard."
Right.
And they go, "Oh, okay."
Then I can sound intelligent too.
It's big fun. So that and TV sports.
Okay.
Love me some Tiger Woods.
Tiger
Yeah.
Woods.
Tiger's my boy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If Tiger's on, I'm sitting down
And watching it. He's got your full attention.
See, people forget. For 10 years, he was it.
That's
Yes.
right.
And he beat everyone.
Yes.
And I remember reading once in Sports Illustrated at the practice screen, all the people are watching them, and Tiger says, "Pretty good crowd." And the guy who's playing says, "Who are these people?"
Where are they here?
Yeah.
What are they doing here? They're here to watch
Tiger's
you.
like, "Not bad."
You have so much going on, and you continue to have so much and a lot going on. What's next for Mark McEwen?
Oh, I don't know.
What is next?
You know, I'll be honest. being back on TV, I meant to tell you this story. Black News Channel. I used to go up to Tallahassee, where the studio is.
Oh, okay.
It's just out of Star Wars.
Really?
Wow.
Great. It's really good. The reason it's up there is FAMU. They have a base of people they can work with.
Makes sense.
Professors, interns, all that. So I used to go up there, and about maybe 6 weeks ago, the guy said, we're going to have you not come here for a while. We're going to show your shows on rerun.
Okay.
I'd done 5 at that time. So they were showing them, and then I get a phone call that says, we decided to make a change for your show. And I thought, here it comes. They're going to fire me. And he said, we want to do interviews through Zoom on your computer. And I'd never done it. I've done 4 now.
Right.
What that does, it opens up the pool to
whoever.
Denzel Washington,
Everyone.
Stevie Wonder, Al Green.
That's right.
Everybody.
See, having that means you don't have to book a flight.
Right.
Get
Save
2
some money.
crews, get a hotel room,
Right.
Absolutely.
get a rental car, and go someplace.
Saving money.
Yeah, yeah. And they're like, all I have to do is sit around my underwear. So it's come along
Nice.
quite nice.
See there? What you thought was going to happen did not happen.
Well, you asked me what's next. I'd like to do that next.
Okay.
One of my favorite shows is CBS Sunday Morning.
Okay.
What they do is interviews with integrity, intelligence, quality, and class.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I'd like to do that.
Awesome.
I think you could do that.
Of course he can.
Yeah.
What can't he do?
You're very kind.
Mark, we want to thank you so much for being here. We've run out of time, but
My
you know
pleasure.
we're going to have you back. You know that already.
I'll come back.
Yes, and thank you for sharing your personal story
Yes.
and raising awareness about heart disease with everyone.
Yep. And taking time out of your busy schedule,
Absolutely.
Mr. Celebrity, and spending some time with us.
You know, I shouldn't touch you because of coronavirus, but I did.
Thank you, Mark. We will see you very soon.
Yes.
We wish you luck in everything that you have
Thank
coming
you.
up.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. We thank you for being with us tonight. Please join us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another transformational show. In closing, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. Stroke is the 3rd leading cause of death in the United States, and together, heart disease and stroke are among the most widespread and costly health problems facing our nation today. A few signs and symptoms include high blood pressure, uncomfortable chest pressure, squeezing, fullness or pain in the chest, shortness of breath, nausea, and lightheadedness. So get active, monitor your blood pressure, eat a heart-healthy diet, watch your cholesterol, maintain a healthy weight, and live smoke-free. If you experience any of the previously mentioned symptoms, call 911 immediately. We thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations.
Welcome to Candid Conversations online and TV show, a space where the least desired and hardest topics are brought to light in order to heal as a community.